I've got an itch I can't scratch, I'm missing a piece that completes a whole part of me, an open wound scar to see. Everybody come here, gather round, welcome to the freak show, the best in town. What the hell's wrong with me? I don't get along with anybody, honestly. I've been living in my own head constantly, thoughts jumbled round, think I need a new lobotomy. Wait, all these thoughts are too negative. I don't wanna get lost in the sedative. Gotta show them what I got, I'm competitive. You know I'm about to go off, I won't let them win, I'll take a stab. I wanna chase a bag, I wanna weigh, I can change all the things I lack. I gotta face the facts, I got a taste in that. Got me obsessed with the rest, I got an itch to scratch. I'll give up everything. If I could see my dreams, I'll make things right. 'Cause I'll do anything to make what I want a reality. Don't let go. Don't let go. I'll make things right. 'Cause I'll do anything to make what I want a reality.
I just wanna find a way out, sick of the venom in my brain. Running from the past, wanna escape my pain. I just wanna be a better person, I deserve this. I just wanna break these chains. Always asking for greatness, true to myself, I never fake it. Seen too many once that I so they get famous. And when I say the truth, most really can't take it. In spite of everything I've been through, I'ma make it. Fake friends, but on my downfall is toxic. Day one, started the outlaws for profit. Now all I do is write verses, no talking. All I do is put the work in, no option. This was everything I ever wanted. Created a legacy off of me, just being honest. And the fake ones hate, but it's all to no avail. They wanna see me lose, but you know I never fail.
We got to cover that gaming first, but trust me, I know what happened yesterday. You know, the clown thought that he could tussle with the big dogs at the president. Fucking son of a bitch! Hold on, give me a second. Actually, you know what? I don't need to do that. Hold on, give me a second. Forgot my Coke and my water, damn it. Can't believe I forgot my Coke and my water. It's the one thing. Morning, everybody. Morning. We're going to be looking at the presidential assassination a little bit later. But we are going to be covering it. Let me get through the gaming stuff first. Trust me, it's on the roster. It's on the roster, boys. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Okay. We don't have a lot of gaming stuff. We don't at all. I think we got 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. 4 trailers.
Is there a question or do I just say the line? Okay, but don't show my face.
We got a couple of the gaming stuff after this. I am actually going to be watching Pulp Fiction and the rest of the Invincible stuff after I get off stream today. So, I'm super hyped.
It was really cool bringing Powerplex to life. I love that the team was able to give Powerplex such a sort of explosive appearance and demeanor and sort of entire vibe and deal.
My go-to is classic Coke, but Coke with cherry, because I can't drink, is kind of like my Jack Daniels. I got like a little glass that's clear. It's obviously fucking clear. That's like short. It's short, It's about like that big, and I put ice in it, and then like sometimes to relax, I'll pour like a Coke with a cherry in it. The best thing you can do is get a classic Coke and get some margarine. Not margarine. I'm fucking stupid. You get some some cherry flavoring and drip you a few drops of cherry flavoring in it. That's the best thing you can do. That's the best.
So much hatred for Invincible and so little responsibility that he's taking for his own part in all of this stuff. So it's an interesting headspace to get in. One of my favorite characters in sort of a very unhinged way.
He's a very emotional character in sort of that gray area of, is he a villain or is he just suffering from intense trauma? His facial features, they're very over the top. He's in anguish. It's all about how can we best channel that.
Oh, I remember this guy. I actually remember this guy. Okay. What the fuck is that? Bro, that thing is horrifying. What is this?
Whenever we're creating a new character, we have to make sure that whatever they're doing fills a specific need. To do that, we looked at kind of his lore. So he's got the capability to absorb impacts and use that to amplify his abilities. So one of the ways we wound up approaching it was, instead of being a resource, we decided to try out a skill check, utilizing what's typically known as like a just frame.
You can see like a little sparkle that appears above his head, and that's your indicator of like, that's when you're supposed to press the button again, right? So did you do it right or not? You'll actually see it get bigger like that.
When you first play Powerplex, it's a little bit misleading. He's technical, he's different. All of his moves have different things that can occur with this just frame mechanic. So say I throw his projectile.
That's a very interesting idea for a fighter game. That little twinkle behind his back. That's a really cool idea. I actually really like that idea.
Hits normally, you get a normal reaction, but if I just frame it, causes a pop-up.
The just frame version of his projectile, I think it knocks down as well. You reset so much momentum.
It's just a really difficult projectile to get around. The thing about it though is that it's really high. So even if you try to jump over it, you'll get clipped by this projectile a lot. Because he's a zoner in the sense, he doesn't have the best up-close game. So the flip side of that, he's got these approach tools, right? So he can use his forward spec.
I could give him that though, like for like an anime, not an anime, for like an animated TV show. They really kind of capture the, I don't want to say realism, but like, I guess, yeah, the realism of the animation itself. Because like, it
really
looks cartoony, but at the same time, it looks realistic.
And I think this just frame mechanic off this forward special is really cool because you get the pop-up, right?
A part of me kind of is happy that the way they went with the art direction for the actual game, it should look a little bit more realistic than the animation, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, it makes it look better, and I'd imagine that it plays better. Like, for example, the new Avatar game that's coming out, I don't like it. I don't like how it looks. It looks too cartoony to me. It looks like an old-fashioned, like, Cartoon Network game that you'd play on their website. I don't like that.
Because of that, having the pop-up there, you can do the jump cancel instead. But once he's airborne, I feel like this is kind of where he truly shines. The fact that he's got the air dashes and he can go upwards or downwards in any diagonal with them, I think that's super cool.
And the fact that he has a tri-jump is so sick. This alone is already pretty important. Like, some people would come down with like a heavy or whatever. I think he's able to jump out of that too. You could surprise somebody with like a dive kick as well, where if I come down with like a tri-dash medium, go for a dive kick, call an assist, continue pressure, it's so nasty. One of his down specials is an uppercut. If you do a just frame follow where he smashes into the ground, it does throw the opponent in the air where you could jump cancel and continue the combo afterwards. I think it's super important to let him rock as a point character. I think having an assist with a projectile to back him up so he doesn't have to necessarily use his as consistently on the ground to approach is really good, because that air mobility of his is pretty up there. He's not going to necessarily have like all the meter just yet to dish out like the big combos, but that's where like the assists kind of come in.
He does have the air mobility, right? So any kind of cross-up situation while you're calling, like, say robot missiles, you dash over, you make him block the other way. So because of air mobility, he can kind of go with anybody. But I think that in general, you want someone who can lock them down so he can get it if he needs to. But otherwise, you just want pressure from a distance. You can use him as a battery and use the projectiles to build up that meter for yourself.
You're gonna want to lab monster this character. He's gonna have some really fun stuff. This is phenomenal. I really like hearing him scream, "You deserve this!"
Yo, W. This game's really come along. I didn't think much of it whenever I first started seeing it, but like, they really have polished it up quite a bit. It looks way better than whenever I first saw it. They've always been going rogue. They're just a bunch of schizo. Well, not all of them. It's not the left you have to worry about. It's the damn radicals. This looks insane. What is this? How does this look so damn real? Hmm. Oh? This has no captions in it. This looks like Dynasty Warriors. That looks really cool, actually. Oh, look at all that loot! Look at all that loot! Bro was like a damn loot pinata. I heard there was an update for Ready or Not. Unfortunately, the trailer's not here for it, so I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with that. Dynasty Souls. Right? Hey, a lot of people be sleeping on that Dynasty Warriors, man. Dynasty Warriors is so good. I don't recommend 9, but I do recommend 8 or Extreme Legends. Another game with no closed caption. That means that there's no like dialogue. What is this? Ah, I don't care about this. Okay, let's move on. Really? Really? That's what we're doing now? Okay. Asshole. It was... Oh, come on! Why does it do this? Bro, let's go. You know, we got that boy Fleekazoid this morning, boys.
Pimps, this is the most important game in human history. This is the Pimps, this is the most important game in human history. This is the magic bullet that's gonna save gaming as we know it. This is the TikTok killer right here. None of you are ready for what's coming. They're gonna be making spin-off TV shows, movies, action figures, body...
Think of all the AI stuff that's going to be coming out of Grand Theft Auto 6.
It's gonna get everyone bi-curious. Even normies will be playing this. That's right, we're talking about the one, the only...
All the AI memes that are going to come out of it, dude.
Gross. They said piracy would kill gaming, and they were right. I don't want to hear the words Grand Theft or French coming out of your mouth, alright? I know some of you think that the latest rock slop hitting the market is the fourth coming of Jesus, but for the rest of us real gamers, we understand what a flop GTA 6 really is. Sorry. I need some water. Fuck GTA 6 and the BBL it rode in on. If it's such a good game, then just show me some good gameplay of it. Oh, you can't? How convenient. Maybe you think I'm exaggerating, but in this David and Goliath story of GTA 6 challenging the behemoth of Windrose, it's not even close.
Yo, how many hours of the game do you have to play to witness this? What the fuck is that?
GTA 6 challenging the behemoth of Windrose, it's not even close.
Ain't even got to deal with him, bro. He's landlocked.
Let's run through it from the top. You can play Windrose today and do jackass-style shipboarding. GTA 6 doesn't even have ships in it. Windrose has pirates in it. GTA 6 does not have pirates in it. Windrose is published by Palworld guys.
Oh, how's it going? Morning, everyone. Morning.
Palworld guys. I rest my case. I mean, what else is there to say? Sorry to all the GTA 6 fanboys out there, but it's just not happening. What are you gonna do when Nintendo sues you for having walk animations? The signs of this tragedy were there all along. I mean, just think about it. Look at how many players the Windrose demo got. Now let me ask you a question. How many players does the GTA 6 demo have again? Oh, what's that? 0 players? That's what I thought. Windrose 1, GTA 0. By God, this may be the finest addition to the Concord universe yet. And before you get uppity, the GTA 6 demo did leak recently, alright? I tried it out myself, and now my GPU is always running at 200 degrees Celsius. Clearly, GTA 6 lacks the same quality and polish
Oh my
that
God, dude.
Uzbekistan game has. Now I couldn't tell you where these
wait, it's not done yet.
Let me try that again. Now I couldn't tell you where Uzbekistan is on a map, but I can tell you where it is on the...
I know where it is. Now I
couldn't tell you where Uzbekistan...
It's next to Krypstistan, and it's next to Chigistan, and it's next to Turkmenistan. That's where it's at.
Is on a map, but I can tell you where it is on the Steam charts, baby, at the top. Another point for Windrose. But what else do you expect from a quadruple A company like Rockstar? The reality is, they're just hitting their limits. For years, they've been able to milk GTA Online. It's generated over $5 billion just from shark card purchases. Do you understand what that means? That means people are spending millions of dollars.
You know, it's funny because people have started making money on playing video games. So, like, people have made millions of dollars playing video games. Become rather famous as well. No different than any actor.
To not have
with less baggage from Hollywood.
The game. This game must be trash. To top it all off, they've made Todd the proudest father by reselling GTA 5 on every single console generation. I'm shocked they didn't re-release this.
Just one more thing the boomers were wrong about.
On PS2. Todd, welcome back. What are your thoughts on Grand Theft Auto 5 trying to out-release Skyrim?
I'm a big Redditor, so I do read Reddit a lot.
Alright, well, that's not what I fucking asked, Todd.
I'll get to a good one.
No, look at me, I'm Todd. Shut up, that's how you sound.
Correct. No problem,
thank you. Keep in mind, GTA 5 has been around since Xbox 360. That's when we had good games. That's 3 generations of unsupervised...
Holy shit. Is that true? Has Grand Theft Auto 6 been around for 3 consoles?
gamers going to the strip club because parents think every video game is Fortnite and Lego Batman. Windrose would never let that happen because you have to build your own jiggle joint. Anyways, I digress. The point is they're not doing anything new. They just want a fresh cash cow. We're gonna commit auto theft on a grand scale for the 6th time now with BBLs. And what? We're just hanging around in Miami, Florida? I want to be surrounded by the sea, man, not covered in it. Hi, Fleek here, number 13th on trending. Let's be honest here. Nobody expects the story to be good. Who cares, right? Listen, this is all about that big online mode that's gonna come 3 months after release. Who cares about story?
Oh, morning,
Story.
Timothy.
Story. Who cares, right? This is all about that big, fat, juicy, thickle, wobbly online mode that's gonna come 3 months after release. And let me tell you something, I'm putting all of my money into that online mode. I am taking every dime out of my retirement fund and I am putting it into GTA Online so that my wife cannot take it in the divorce. Do you understand me? That being said, they're gonna be spit and polishing this game for another 13 years.
Hopefully this time, whenever they launch the game, they won't have a bunch of people scamming with the card sharks, or the shark cards that they have. I heard that people were like, they were like hacking accounts and taking people's shark cards, which, by the way, are like, they equate to like real money.
So in the meanwhile, Windrose has its online mode from day one. Windrose 4, Slop Theft Auto 0. You've got people excited about RP servers, which I'm told are for jobless people to have pretend jobs. I don't even know what to say here, so let me just remind you. Windrose 5, Flop Theft Auto 0. In fact, -1 point for trying to make me have a real job. Maybe this is supposed to appeal to all those employees Rockstar just laid off now that the game is almost done. What's a little alleged union busting among friends, right? I just know that if I'm gonna role play as a crackhead homeless man anyway, Windrose does it best. Pimps, do you remember what I said in my last GTA 6 video? I don't, but let's pretend I called all of this years in advance. I don't know how I saw it coming, guys. I don't know how I saw this shit. How'd you see this guy? I don't know, man. I get thoughts sometimes, man. Now that you think I'm smart, let me make another prediction. Foot. Put one foot in front of the other and walk over to GamerSubs with code PIMP for 10% off all your foot-related needs. Now that we're all hardened up from that, let's look at the hard facts. Rockstar had some shocking news leak from their latest hack that's pretty damning for GTA 6. For reference, GTA 5 has sold 225 million copies across its lifetime. In comparison, GTA 6 has sold none. 0 copies sold. This is devastating news for Rockstar. As one insider source says, "Do not redeem! Do not redeem the card!" Sorry about that, that was the wrong line. Nobody is excited for this game. Go ahead, look it up. It's not
It's
even...
kind of insane that Kit Boga got relevancy from that one clip.
listed on Steam, already delisted while Windrose dominates the charts. Not even Epic Games Store has this trash
It's
listed.
weird because that clip that played has been out for years now. It's been out for like 2 or 3 years. And now it's like resurfacing.
Let's pretend it's not over for a second. Let's say hypothetically for the sake of the argument that you look at the community. Nobody even bothered to review GTA 6. That's how bad it is. Meanwhile, I'm secretly reviewing Windrose as we speak. What does that tell you? That I'm a gaslighting shitposter? No, of course not. Gaslighting isn't real. It just further proves how superior...
Gaslighting is for people that like to gaslight. Remember that. It's not a real thing.
Let me put it this way. They try to brush it under the rug, but every delay GTA 6 has had is because of Windrose. Just when they were about to release, they get word Windrose is on the horizon and delayed as long as possible. Originally, they were going to release next month, but with Windrose releasing on the 14th of April, they
Do we even have an official release date for this damn game?
all the way to the end of next year. They didn't even want to be in the same quarter as Windrose.
Is that actually a RAM?
All the way to
A Vapid.
the
Whatever the
end
hell
of
that
next
is.
year. They didn't even want to be in the same quarter as Windrose. Just goes to show how little confidence Rockstar has going head-to-head with Windrose. And to be fair to GTA 6, I'm gonna say this. With how horrible this generation of gaming has been, GTA 6 seemed like a ray of hope for everybody. Until Windrose was announced, of course. But hey, they tried. The best thing about GTA 6 coming out will be how it ruins every other live service attempt for the next couple years. Because when people see how much Windrose is dominating over GTA Online, they're all gonna give up. In the end, it looks like 12 years and $1 billion wasn't enough to defeat the king. Better luck next time, GTA 7. Which, by the way, we already got a release date for that? Next century. Unless Windrose 2 is coming
Bro,
out.
just imagine, bro, like everyone's gonna be dead by the time the next Grand Theft Auto comes out. Everyone's gonna be dead, bro.
Next century, and in that case, 2 centuries. All right,
It's gonna
what
take
else?
like 40
thanks
years.
to the flock of pimps, and thanks to everybody for using code PIMP to get 10% off. By the way, you get
Yo, W Fleekazoid, by the way.
Actually hollow and flat. Xbox stopped taking L's. Between these two statements, which is more unbelievable? Probably the Xbox one. Xbox has been circling the drain for a handful of years now.
It still is. It's still circling the game. By the way, they are going to continue. They're going to bring back console exclusivity for games again. That's coming back.
Of Xbox has gone into the shitter. Let's just be honest. Let's not huff all that copium and fall into delusional genjutsu about, well, Xbox had this going for it and that. They have done everything they can to fully wipe their ass with everything that made Xbox so special for so long.
Let's go, Sticks!
And really the nail in the coffin was the absurd price hike of Game Pass. They brought it all the way up to $30 for Ultimate. And then they announced that Phil Spencer would be stepping down from his position and they were going to be trapping him in a Forerunner prison like the fucking Didact. And in his place...
I feel like Phil Spencer leaving Xbox is the best thing that's happened to Xbox. That man needed to go.
Announced a new CEO named Asha Sharma.
I've never been an Xbox fan, but I could tell you right now, Phil Spencer was a bad sign for Xbox.
And I made a video talking about that decision, that I do believe letting go of Phil Spencer was the right call. He had proven that he couldn't exactly steer the company in the right direction to navigate its tricky position that it finds itself in. Is kind of a fucking joke, like this communal spittoon everyone takes turns hawking a loogie in. So it makes sense that they'd want a change, but I was not convinced Asha Sharma was a good fit, considering prior to her position here at Xbox, she had no experience in the games industry, and her previous roles were all AI first.
I think that's the best damn thing. Now, you have to have somebody that has no experience and is willing to learn. Because they're going to ask the people that are at the company what she's expected to do, what she needs to do on a daily basis, and she's going to learn from that, right? But if you get an incompetent worm that doesn't want to do that, then they're just going to run the company even more into the ground. So it's definitely up in the air on how this is going to go.
First and foremost, it was big pushes in AI-driven tech, and it felt like she was coming in kind of just as end-of-life care, where she was going to be the one kind of slowly pulling the plug on this whole Xbox thing and just letting it die quietly in the night with a sad whimper and a wet fart. But man, with what's been happening here, I gotta tell you, Asha Sharma's got my whole asshole in my mouth right now, because she is making some...
She lowered the prices, and then they announced the reason why the prices for Game Pass were lowered. It was because of Call of Duty. It was the day one Call of Duty releases that were doing it. So not only were they able to lower the prices on the Game Pass and everything, they were able to bundle their Game Pass with Steam's Pass. And then to boot, well, here's the bad thing. If you consider this bad, I think this is a great thing. All Call of Duty releases will come out on Game Pass a year after.
Genuinely
That's what I've heard.
Positive changes, and Xbox is squeaking out a few W's right now. The most notable, and the one that everyone's talking about, is the unprecedented change to their subscription price, where instead of going up, it went down. I didn't even know that was possible. This is one of the first times I have ever seen any subscription service get cheaper.
Yep.
She made a statement saying that Game Pass Ultimate has become too expensive for too many players, which is the fat, sloppy truth. That is more...
Yeah, there it is. Right there. Future Call of Duty titles will no longer join Game Pass Ultimate on day one. They will join this tier the following holiday after launch.
True than me being short. I've always said Game Pass Ultimate is a good service, but 30 clams a month I think is too expensive for it. Keep in mind, in October of 2025, they literally increased the price by 50% out of nowhere. Like, that is unreasonable. So they announced that starting today, the price will be dropping from $30 a month down to $23 a month, but future Call of Duty titles will no longer be hitting Ultimate on day one, which I don't think is a deal breaker.
Subscription services are a fucking ripoff. They absolutely are.
Or anything. And it's not just Ultimate that got a price drop. PC Game Pass also received a price drop from $16.49 to $14.99. So overall, bucking the trend of subscription prices only ever going up was extremely surprising here, especially from Xbox. Now, I want to bring up something that a lot of people are also mentioning. This is a sentiment that's been echoed across the community, how even with this price reduction, which is appreciated, mind you, you are still paying 30% more for...
I was going to say, I don't really think it went down that much. It went from 30 to 22. And it was originally 17 for the Ultimate. That's still a lot of freaking money.
...the service than you were prior to their outrageous price increase in October. So it is nice that they're reducing the price, but it is still higher than what it was just 6 months ago. And it's not by like a meaningless margin. It is still about a 30% increase in price paying for that same service. So it's a good start. I will say it is a good start. And it's especially refreshing coming from a brand as fucking tarnished as Xbox. So I think some of the immediate
tarnished, bro, that is used toilet paper. And it's not even by one person. We're talking multiple hands have used it.
Changes Asha has been making under her leadership have been very positive. This is a step in the right direction. Yes, I would have liked to see them bring the price a little bit lower to what it was prior to 6 months ago, but even still...
How's it going, Kevin?
This is rare to see a subscription...
I think we could move on from the gaming stuff. Oh, wait. Yeah. So, I do know about the assassination attempt on Trump. I do know about it. We're going to cover it, so chill out. There's some other things that we got to do first. Apparently there was a homeless immigrant or illegal that ate a kid's face off. I should just start talk. I should like bring it up prior before people start making videos on it, so that way like I'm aware.
More on the suspect. Ate a baby's face in Texas. You might not have known about it because nothing harms the left's anti-ICE rhetoric like an illegal eating a baby's face in
So yeah, it wasn't illegal. Yeah, it was a baby.
Texas.
A random attack at a Southside park over the weekend has a San Antonio mother in shock. While Gabrielle
how's it going,
and her family were
Melissa?
fishing, that's when a man appeared out of the woods and began punching Betez and grabbing her by the hair, causing her to drop her daughter. That's when it is said the attacker started biting the little girl's face. Betez says it was a scene out of a horror movie.
I got up and I was like, this is a zombie movie, like what the heck?
Vias was tackled by onlookers and held until police arrived.
That's an immigrant, bro. What the fuck? You got these illegals like feral dogs eating people's faces now. They even attack it, dude, like what the fuck?
He is charged with injury to a child with intent to cause bodily injury.
Bodily? No shit. Bro was trying to eat that little girl's face, bro.
Unclear what led to the attack.
In the morning.
What led to the attack? What the hell kind of justification you trying to cook up if you trying to fucking... She looked at him funny. So he ate her child's face. What the fuck?
About the attack.
Bro!
The worse it gets, as the story is insane in itself, but it seems like most media outlets are conveniently ignoring the...
As always, boys. As always.
Most important.
We back? Hello? Hold on, we back? What happened? We back? The hell was that? We back, boys? We're back. Okay. I don't know what the fuck. My chat didn't even reconnect. The hell was that? That was crazy. We all connected? We all good? It looks like we good. That was weird. What the shit? That was really fucking weird. Like, I got the notification on the desktop, and then everything just went bloop. I don't know what the shit that was. It was down yesterday for a while, because of some kind of, like, I guess, outage. That was freaky. That was freaky, I'm not gonna lie.
Toddler 2 biting into her face, allegedly taking out her 2 front teeth, but then the witnesses
Good God. Dude, what?
Into her face, allegedly taking out her 2 front teeth, but then the witnesses that saw the scuffle stepped in, pulling out their 2A tools while she shouted, "Shoot him," while they repeatedly beat him unconscious until the cops arrived. I wouldn't exactly call this a happy ending, but something that could have been much worse. The baby would probably
that child is going to be disfigured for the rest of her life because of that schizo. That's insane. Holy
be
crap.
gone if it wasn't for constitutional carry combined with some of that toxic masculinity. So it's just interesting that none of the other news outlets mentioned how she was saved by the armed men stepping in to fight a lunatic. But again,
Look at that. Another instance of a firearm helping instead of hurting. Wow. That's crazy. Man. That's interesting, ain't it, boys?
Was saved by the armed men stepping in to fight a lunatic. But again, this gets even worser, as the attacker came in during the Biden administration on a student visa, was almost...
How am I not surprised? How am I not surprised? Wow.
Immediately arrested on campus for felony assault. The college contacted ICE, but they replied the crime wasn't enough to revoke his visa. But once President Trump arrived, they finally revoked it. So Texas had an entire year to deport him before he could eat this baby's face. But sadly, even deep red Texas has super blue strongholds like San Antonio. And when
Austin, what are you doing?
Even deep red Texas,
bro,
as super blue.
Dallas too? Houston is blue? What?
Holds like San Antonio.
What the fuck? Bro, there ain't no way in hell. San Antonio too? Bro, that map's lying. That lying.
And when Trump was ramping up immigration enforcement in the city, these literal liberal lemmings lined up the streets against it.
Stop deportations now, 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 now!
So when Trump deployed the National Guard, CBS seemingly misleads their viewers again.
Texas National Guard troops.
Talk about CBS, I mean.
Were seen arriving in San Antonio. Part of the contingent Governor Greg Abbott deployed to counter the growing protests across the state.
Greg Abbott. I gotta give Greg Abbott that. Unfortunately, you know, I've been on a little sour ever since that flood that happened that washed away that child's camp. I think this is a good starting point for Greg. I'll give it to him.
COP!
demanding an end to ICE raids.
When you see some of the operations that have been happening across the country and here in San Antonio, is that why you're out here?
It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. I'm at the point.
Any person that's got the American flag on the pole upside down tells me that everything I need to know about that human being.
Where I don't even want to eat because all my people who are getting picked up, and it's sickening.
The nationwide protests are being driven partly by what President Trump has called his administration's aggressive immigration policy.
The intended effect is to cause fear. Many people are finding
No, it's not. He told you what the intended effect was. It was to get rid of the illegals that are here taking up all the goddamn money.
Lives upended because they can't go out, they can't take their kids to school. It is causing real terror.
Homeland Security Secretary.
Good, they should be scared. If you're here illegally, you're breaking the law by being here. You're actively breaking the law. Like, you're here illegally. It's like, let's think about this. Like, if you immigrate here and you try to assimilate with America, that's one thing. But when you cross the border illegally, I know that you're not going to do anything like you're not going to do anything that doesn't break the law. Because you're willing to do this and break the law, like, I can't expect you to do anything else in good faith. You came here, and the staple that made you a part of this country put you here at start in bad faith. Like, how can you expect somebody that came here in bad faith not to, like, make other choices that are in bad faith? Like,
we've seen under this last week some operations that have been working to bring in criminals that have been out on our streets for far too long. Our HSI and ICE individuals have been out conducting operations with our government partners.
We need to get them.
We are expecting a court ruling.
Get them on out.
How convenient they cut off the DHS secretary as she explains exactly what they're investigating. As right after they cry how fearful the illegals are hiding from ICE, they probably don't want you to know exactly why they're hiding from ICE. And if CBS is so concerned how fearful San Antonio citizens are, you'd think they'd also report on the cannibal attack. But no. Even Google searching specifically CBS San Antonio for the story just shows irrelevant reports from 17 years ago. Then AOL's reposts of the New York Post.
No, they're not gonna show it because it would go against their narrative. They don't care about these immigrants. They care about their narrative. I mean, not the immigrants, the illegals. They care about their narrative.
And the independent Gateway pundits reporting. You would think this would be a national news story. Known offender with active deportation order randomly attacks mom then snacks on baby. If nothing but for the shock value these outlets typically capitalize on. But sadly, in San Antonio, Texas, both sides probably don't want this pressure politically. As of course the Democrats have a hand in this. For 4 years, actively assisting this into Texas. But as Scott Pressler found, even a Republican Texas senator was allegedly asking for mass amnesty.
Firmemente la legalización de los dreamers.
I'm John Cornyn, and I approve this message.
It's one thing when Republicans won't even enforce existing laws, but it's an entirely new issue when they're basically becoming Biden Part 2. So don't let them bury this story, and share with everybody you know. And
W decoy. Decoy's always front and center with everything,
3
bro.
million views. It looks really, really bad.
Oh,
God.
yeah, I don't really care about that too much. I'm gonna touch base with it. What the fuck is this?
ABC News interviewed Looksmaxers and covered.
Okay. We're gonna go ahead and dip our toes into this a little bit. What time is it? It's only 8:50. Nah, dude, we're gonna have to wait. It's only 8:50, guys. If I start covering this now, we ain't gonna have nothing to talk about. I gotta wait till at least 9 or 9:30. So
There's an advertisement that got put out here. Labor has released its ban.
I can't believe it's only 8:50.
Broadcast containing quotes from reform UK politicians.
Depression.
Fuck was that? So you can chalk this up This is yet another conflict on the other side of the world that I'm talking about. Well, that has been talked about first, that I'm covering second. So if anything comes of it, it'll be just like the Iran war.
Server wipe in Africa. Apparently, what country is this? Let me go and find it. Mali. So this is, let's go back. I'll show you guys what's going on in this country. And where is it? I'll pull it up on the Google Maps. Where the fuck is it? Alrighty. Maps. There it is. Google Maps. And we'll zoom over. Mali. Okay. So I think it's West Africa, right? Something like that. And it is a, yeah, there it is. There it is. Here, well, what's it like over there? This is not so. Is having a want to sit up on the roof. Who the fuck knows? And yeah, nobody has any idea. Why would a random sink be on the roof? Maybe there's I don't know. Maybe people want to stay up there and have like nice like army. Oh, here we go. Look at him go. Something.
Doesn't this look oddly familiar? Doesn't this look oddly familiar? Doesn't this look just like how it was with Iran?
Elements of Molten Army. Oh, here we go. Look at him go. Some things never change. Look at that. Usual suspects. There are. Nope. The same bikes, the same trucks.
Also, with me waiting later to cover it, that means that any new details that are out about it, I'll be able to automatically go over as well. Like, so keep that in mind as well. Oh, so did somebody else cover this as well? Good. The more people that cover this, W content creators, 100%. We need bigger people to cover this.
Honestly, what is this, another Toyota? They need to just go and say... I don't know how they could do the framing for this, but they have to show, like, American military might, and then these Toyota trucks 20 years later still going down the road in Africa. And look at how big look, I mean, you have a fucking 50 cal probably in the back here, or at least like a fucking M249.
Oh, that's right, another Toyota truck. Oh man, them Toyota trucks, man.
a big fucking machine gun, right? You have like 5 dudes in the back of this truck, and it's going down like it's no big deal. It's impressive.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a crazy ad for Toyota. It is. Toyota makes reliable vehicles? Yeah. Like, I remember seeing this when I was a kid. And they're still doing it now. And so, oh, this is later on, but we'll get to that. Militants capture. Oh, here's a gas station. Here's another one.
It kind of looks like the same truck, don't it?
True. Max shooting? No, this is where they got it from. Look at them all. You're trying to use it as a gun? Like, what do you mean you're going to use it as a gun? Why are you shooting sideways? What the hell are you doing?
Man.
They have saxophones.
You hear the gunfire too? You hear it in the backdrop? There's been gunfire in every one of these videos except for the gas station one. You can hear it in the background. I bet a lot of y'all didn't pick up on that.
Sorry about the audio. They have saxophones too? Oh boy. They should get saxophones. We a new crusade? As I said, bro, the moment that the Pope ordains the new crusade is the moment, this is the day I'll go back to church.
This is... I want to be honest and very upfront with this. This isn't a government oppressing people. These are 2 factions that are systematically killing each other. This is nature. Like, that's what this is. There can only be one apex predator in an environment. And that's just nature. That is how nature works. Whenever you've got a place like America that is going around and, like, this is different from an occupied nation like Iran. This is a lot like the Somalian blood feud that they have in Somalia, where you've got two groups of people that are systematically trying to kill each other to, you know, gain or maintain a dominance. And in the instances like this, it's a little bit more complicated, in my opinion, because it's not as simple as, like, for example, the IRGC. Like, the IRGC, you can take them and get them out of there. You know, they're going to die, right? The IRGC, if they lay down their arms, the Iranians are going to kill them. If they don't, then Americans probably going to kill them. But, like, when you've got two groups of people trying to live in the same space, it just complicates things times 10. And we need to be learning from this. We do, because there is a good chance that if things keep going the way they're going in America, we probably aren't going to be far from this. And that's why it's very imperative that we pay very close attention to a lot of these wars that are going on. If we keep mass importing people that are from countries like this that force their religion through means of death, there is a good chance that whenever their population gets big enough in America, that we may be forced to face something similar to this. And we need to be keeping a very close, watchful eye on this.
That day. I'll read the news. I'll say, okay. All right. Say less. I got it. Why is this ASMR?
I think that this is only the beginning of things to come. I'm not saying that it's a good thing. It's awful. It is. It's awful. But that's what happens whenever you, instead of trying to fix the problem, put a Band-Aid over it by allowing these people to run from their problems in their country. Like, that's what happens. And
I don't know why it's weird like that. Look at him go, man. There's a whole ass.
Like this is most likely a bunch of taxpayer dollars right here. Think about how much money we've sent Africa for water, for wells, for schools. Well, with how much money we sent them, with their economy, there's no way that that place isn't prosperous by now. It's because they take all the money that we send them and they use it to buy bombs, guns, militia groups, and you know, vehicles to terrorize each other. This is what happens whenever you have power that is unchecked. This is what it looks like.
Pope doesn't have the balls, I know. And where are the Toyotas? Well, they probably got them in the back, right? They're probably a little bit slower. And yeah, exist. But guns exist. So what would the Crusaders use? Drones. Yeah, just put a drone with a cross on it, fly it in, and we'll blow them up.
It's not the holy hand grenade, guys. It's the holy drone grenade.
That's the 12th Crusade. How about that? Seems pretty good to me.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just paint a cross on it. Yeah, holy drones, yeah.
I'm gonna go to hell for saying this. It shouldn't be TOS. I'm fairly certain it's not. Just imagine you get a drone that just says Allah Akbar, and then it goes and it blows, like it's on repeat. It just keeps saying Allah Akbar, and it just is on repeat, and then it goes and blows something. Like a drone, right? Like a drone, and it like flies around and blows things up. Wouldn't that shit be funny?
Holy drones, there you go. Yeah, God. You know, no, you're right. I forgot. I mean, Monty Python had the holy hand grenades, right?
No, dude, not even. Just imagine if it was like the Crusades, and they had drones that were like chanting. You remember that one holy song in The Nun that played? Oh fuck! It wasn't in The Nun. It was Insidious, where she was in the office, and it started playing out of like the music, the disc player, and it was like that like holy music prior to the painting turning into The Nun, right? Just imagine it blaring that, and then like it has a cross on the side, or like a little cross like pinned up on the front, and it like goes and blows up whatever whatever you need to blow up, right? It's just continuously playing.
It only took 30 years for it to come true. Fuck. I mean, you already had you had the foundation laid beforehand. So what's the problem with that? Oh, if there's an argument Edison chat, yeah, call it holy doves. Yeah, exactly. The holy drones, holy hand grenades. I know. And what is this? Oh, this is. Nah, this was in America. Real quick, we'll watch this. Actually, was it in America? Let me see. Might have been Canada.
Oh my God, you could call the drone the Lord's will.
No, I don't even know, but it could have been something.
Shit, bro. The Lord's Prayer.
Oh yeah.
Man, that bro was flying. Holy crap.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Hold on, there's a speedometer on there. What is 67 kph to miles?
67 kilometers per hour is about 41.6.
He's not going that fast. He's only going like 41.
Here we go. This is your Amazon shipment in the back of this truck.
Oh, he's going 70 now. Hold on, wait a minute. It was 40 before? What is 72 kph to miles? That's it's still like 44.
Hey! Your anime model of Aqua from Konosuba? It's in the back of this truck.
Damn! That dude's face, too. Look at his face. He's like, you bastard, you bastard.
Exploded. Uh-oh, here we go. We got even more of this. Like, this shit has honestly been fucking insane. Like, watching some of these videos. Let me see here. Oh, here's another one. Militants have captured Governor's Palace. They got the Governor's Palace now.
Damn!
Yesterday, a broadcast about being right-wing. Is this the woman? Let me see if it is. Let me... Look at the hands raised. Hands raised emoji. What are they fucking with the fan for? Why would you hit the fan? That's why it's gonna be a shithole. There's a button to push the fan on. What are you doing hitting the fucking fan around? This is why we can't have nice things. This is it. Probably never seen one.
How's it going, Brandon?
I wonder. I wonder. I have no idea.
Ah, man, all the people that keep showing up and watch the stream are the man. Those are the good peeps, man.
Mali is lowered, and the flag of Azawad Liberation Front is raised at a military base.
Jeez. Hey, look at that little tiny flag. Is this supposed to be that small?
Take it down, guys.
Why is that flag so small?
Uh-huh. Yeah. It's a small flag. What is this guy? What is this flag? Where is he at? Let me see, can I show it? Is he showing the flag? There it is. There it is.
I don't know, Cletus. I lost my third tooth in the war.
All right. Right, bro. Like, and he's kitted out. The thing is, for like day one on a rust wipe, that is a crazy loadout. Wow. Like, look at that. Like, he's got that shit on. He does. Like, look at that. Like, wow. Was that Dave? Yeah, exactly. Like, honestly, that looks pretty good.
God damn it, dude. Hold on. Give me a second. Gotta reopen this piece of crap, too. Give me a second, guys. God damn, that's annoying. Give me a second. This piece of shit. There we go. There we go. I got it. Okay. Fantastic. Okay. So what I was gonna ask. The hell did he go? Oh well, I don't know.
Good.
Oh wait, was that it? Wait a minute, was that it? Did I miss it? Here we go. Do you have anything to add to this conversation? Go touch grass. I mean, you've been in here for how long? Do you have anything? Do you have anything to add to this, or are you just gonna sit here and continue to try and insult me? Do I even want to waste my time with this? Let's see. No, I don't. I don't think I want to. Here. There you go. I'll let you guys decide. I don't even think I gotta say much about this individual. Oh, man, they starting early this morning. I haven't even gotten into the good stuff yet. Man. It's safe to say this man is cooked. I need to start doing a timer for these polls, huh? I'm gonna start doing like a little minute timer. That's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna do a little minute timer on these polls from now on, so that way everybody has an equal chance. You get my phone so that way I can pull. I like giving everybody an equal chance, you know. I don't like giving people the non-equal chance. You know, if we gotta do this, we might as well do it the right way. You know what I'm saying? I got my little minute timer now, so that way if somebody else decides to be stupid, then I can just give them a minute. How's it going? How's it going? Oh, don't worry. We gonna cover that. We gonna cover that. Don't worry about it. We gonna cover that. I already got that stuff pulled up on a different page.
There's some aura that you get from that, right?
We're covering the war that's going on in Africa right now, though.
Yeah, they'd probably get killed. They're probably already dead. This video's from maybe yesterday, so they're probably already dead by now. But, like, it does look pretty cool. Kick France out because of base. Oh, this is the new one. Oh, here we go.
I don't think anything crazy is in these videos because he did upload this to YouTube, so I think we're safe.
Jesus. All these guns cost millions, bro. Where are they getting the money?
They're getting it from America. Where do you think they got the money from? That's what happens when you send a bunch of people that live in a third world millions of dollars to make schools. They don't spend it on schools, bro.
Where are they getting all these guns?
I wonder.
Nobody knows.
I'll say it. I don't care.
Nobody has any idea.
Man, don't you just love seeing all that water money going to guns, guys? Doesn't that just make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside?
Oh my fucking god. Shipping container? Holy fuck. There it is. The classic. Allah Akbar in the back of a Toyota truck. With
the Trump administration has already started pulling people that are supposed to be the proxy to Africa. A lot of them have when we send the money to Africa, there is a United States place there filled with Americans that are supposed to make sure the money goes where it needs to go. They have been buying luxury cars, living the lavish life in Africa, and giving that money to whoever is just there. So, Trump addressed this months ago. At least, I think at least Marco Rubio talked about it. He touched base with it.
50 caliber machine gun mounted to the back of it.
Man, Toyota about to get a lot of sales, huh?
I have been seeing this for my entire life. My entire life. This is all they've been doing. Wow.
I'm tired of sending our taxpayer dollars to any other country. I don't think any country should be getting our taxpayer dollars. You know who should be getting those taxpayer dollars? Americans. Why the hell are we sending all this money to foreign countries? Why don't we just keep it? Put it back into the ecosystem. What are we doing? You wonder why a bunch of people don't want to give their taxpayer dollars up.
Yeah. It's the same one. Yeah, it's probably the same truck. You're right. Oh my god. So yeah, anyway, this has been going on, and let me see if I can show any more of these clips. Now, personally, I find this to just be incredibly interesting. Like, you don't really hear about this on the media or anything, right? You don't. I think you should.
No, they're just trying to still push their narrative. It's just like the Iran war, the Iran genocide that happened prior to Trump's involvement. Not a single one of those legacy media other than Fox covered it. And Fox covered it just before the Armada got there. And they only really covered it probably because the outcry from Asmongold. And that's one of the reasons why my site goes to Fox when it comes to a lot of this stuff. Like, Fox is the only other news channel, the legacy media, that has had Iranians on their, their show or their news or whatever you want to call it, that have allowed women and men talk out about how bad Iran is and was, like, as far as the IRGC and the Ayatollah. So it's like, of course I'm going to listen to Fox News.
Years ago, Mali was under NATO protection. They had the full U.S. and French on-call bases, everything, the full package. Then their military staged a coup, kicked both out, then replaced them with Russia for some reason. This is the result. Jesus. You got it,
I
man.
agree. I feel like if you're gonna make weapons, you should make all your weapons within the in the country you live in. It's just a stupid idea to outsource weapon manufacturing to a war you may end up to a country that you may end up going to war with. That just doesn't make any sense. Like, who the hell thought that was a good idea?
Marketing for Toyota?
Like, on a base level, that just seems really fucking stupid.
It is. Maybe Toyota should be paying for these. And this is, okay, there's one more.
Hey, you may not have a problem with the current administration of a government, but you don't know what the administration is going to look like in two governments. Like, you know, the administration, all the people in it grow old and die. Well, how do you know that's not going to happen with the next administration? How do you know it's not going to happen with the administration after that one? Like, that just seems really stupid. It's just dumb.
My favorite part is that everybody else is just driving around like it's normal. Like this shipping, this like, you know, like fucking supply truck is like, yep, well, it looks like we're having another one. Well, sure hope I get there on time. It's another day. Yeah. And keep in mind, yeah, somebody said chat, nobody's fat. No fat people.
Damn, look at all those Toyotas, man.
Uh-huh. That's you in your room? My room's actually really clean. I don't know what you're talking about. You're driving down, like, this is probably the highlight of their life. Now, it will probably also be the end of their life. Guys, I'm gonna hide in the bathroom. I'm gonna hide in the I don't want to get shot. I don't. Like, I mean, I'm on a Russian soldier and it blows them up. It's like, oh, well, fuck that. Then we're gonna move on to another one that I think is very and like news, but you know, it's okay. Did they talk about it? All right.
Now, just bring us their equipment destroyed, and I've urged people to stay calm. Well, these are some of the pictures which came into us a little earlier, showing an area near
the best
a
news to be
military
from the
base
French?
outside Bamako.
Well, the French, it makes sense. Didn't the French, didn't they like kind of like, I mean, they colonized the shit out of Africa, right?
Soldiers were deployed to block off roads in the area, and we could
Yo, Toyota's reliable. That's why. Toyota's a really good company. I think the next vehicle that I get, it'll probably be a Toyota. I want something that's relatively inexpensive and will last a long time. I think I'll probably end up going with Toyota. Not sponsored by Toyota, but guys, Toyota. Just call me. Just call me. I'll hook you guys up, okay? My one condition for any fucking, and I will say this now until the day I die, my one condition to running any ads or sponsors on this channel is that I've got to talk about how much I made off of it. I want to stay as transparent as humanly possible. That's what I want to do.
UK's Foreign Office has advised against all travel to Mali.
It's kind of like you know, like you'll let a it's like, I feel like the French, they want to check in on them, right? It's like you let a parrot out into the woods and you come back every once in a while, you see if you can find them. You know,
the attacks. I speak to BBC Africa.
Where's Petey?
Makochi Okafor now. Just bring us right up to date. What's the latest?
Yeah.
Well, the latest is things seem not to be completely calm in some parts of Mali.
Things seem to be not completely calm. That's crazy. Dude. Jesus. I've never said, like, you thought Tyler 1 was bad? Holy shit.
Damn, bro's from a cartoon, man. Where'd the anvil come from?
Residents that I've spoken with say
He's got to wear
there's
headphones more.
increased security presence, and some gunfires are still being heard around
That's not a man, that's a rhino.
some parts of the capital city and
It's a
even
mostly
neighboring
peaceful
cities.
war.
Mostly peaceful. Mostly peaceful. I don't think I've heard a single clip yet where there hasn't been gunfire in the background. And not even like a little gunfire. We're talking like full guns blazing. What? I sense another Iranian AI generation coming up, boys.
Early this morning to sound of explosions
Not a
at
good one.
Bamako. And even people say they also heard explosions at a military base just near Bamako, which is the capital city.
That might have been the
But
one they
sounds of
took over.
gunfire have also been heard in many parts. The military leader...
That's right. Mostly peaceful gunfire. Just like the peaceful bricks in Minneapolis, guys. They're peaceful bricks. They're bricks of peace. Just ignore the death to ice on it. That doesn't mean anything.
Country have told people to be calm, that they are pushing back at what they've called terrorism.
This is the reason why I don't watch BBC. This is the reason why I don't watch other legacy media. Like, CNN sent somebody to Iran prior to America's invasion, but it was after the genocide, and talked to Iranians that were authorized by the IRGC and the Ayatollah prior to America getting there and blowing their shit up. I'm sorry, but if you don't even admit that the people that you're talking to in Iran after a 45,000 person genocide in a foreign country, and people have to find out about it through other means, you don't get to tell me that I have to watch you. That's not how this works. Okay?
These groups that have attacked a part of the city.
I think they're terrorists. Seems that way.
And do we have any confirmation? Is there any confirmation yet of who these armed groups actually are?
There aren't any official confirmations from any of the active groups that are in the city. However,
Then you don't know who. Then you don't know what's going on. You have somebody sitting in a chair saying that it's a mostly peaceful protest, saying that they don't even know who the opposing groups are. Then you have no idea what's going on there. I guarantee you go up to any of those guys that were in those videos and you ask them who is doing what and why is doing what, they're going to tell you who they are, what they're doing, what they want. But they're not going to do that. They're going to sit in their nice, cushy BBC News building, and they're going to bring somebody in that has no idea what the hell they're talking about.
We do know that the spokesperson of FLA, which is a group
That's one of the groups.
is pushing for separation out of the country, a Tuareg ethnic group, have said that they actually did take part of the cities, but this can't be independently confirmed yet.
As the country still look at that, it's been out for thousands of years.
Confirmed it.
I don't know why they can't get their shit together. I don't get it. Like, I mean, like, goddamn, guys, like, come the fuck on.
But there are lots of
it is what it
over
is.
the years that have been active
It's not my
in
fucking
attacks
problem.
in Mali.
And just briefly remind us, if you can,
It's corruption of warlords,
So the military in charge of the
Right.
country at the moment.
Okay, so in 2020, the military took power under the General Assimi Goïta, and he promised that he was going to push back and clamp down on insurgency, which has plagued the country for many years.
Right.
Now, for years,
Yeah, what
Mali have
happened?
seen attacks from Tuareg-led groups that are trying to sort of enforce their presence and even take over parts of the country. But also, there are Al-Qaeda-allied groups like Jinim that are very...
Al-Qaeda.
Ooh. Wow. That's interesting. Ain't that weird?
Of course.
In the country, and even
Of
recently,
course.
groups that have also been allied.
Look at that. Another country that's having to deal with terrorists.
That are now increasingly.
Like I said, I guarantee you, if you ask those men that are driving around in those Toyotas with those big ass guns what they were doing and what they wanted, they'd tell you. You know why? I don't doubt for a second they're not terrorist organizations. I also don't doubt for a second that they would sit there and try to harm you because they want to get the word out. As long as you play game with them as a media person, there's a good chance that you'll be fine. And as long as you're not a woman.
Country. And this was the background to which the military took over power. But since 2020, we have also seen attacks continuing to happen. And this is practically after the country sort of...
You ain't even got to talk to the soldiers. Just go down there in a place like this and ask the normal citizens who they are. They'll most likely tell you who they are.
Ties with Western partners and moved closer to Russia.
Like
Russian missionaries, which has been supporting them.
Yeah, how'd that go for you guys?
How's it going, Megabyte?
Stay with us. Yeah, where's Russia? Russia's already losing 2 wars. They're losing with Iran. They're losing with Ukraine.
That's right.
Now maybe they can. Hey, maybe they can lose with you guys too. How about that? Yeah, keep it up.
The security situation in the country, but
should stay with
haven't
us.
Been completely calm, even in recent years.
They lost Syria too. I forgot about Syria. Favorite part about we play video games like this. Then this guy.
Remember, guys, mostly peaceful. Mostly peaceful. Mostly peaceful.
So
mostly peaceful.
Holy shit. So I'm gonna write that down. Write that down. Yeah, I know. I almost banned them by habit. I don't ban that many people. I ban like. Are they gonna show anything? These guys gotta get better dash cams. Yeah, if you want to watch this.
Mostly peaceful.
Jesus.
Remember that. Mostly peaceful.
You know it's probably so hot outside. A translator? Yeah, exactly. And there it is. Just, yeah, they're really out there. Holy fuck. No air conditioning? Yeah, I'd be mad as fuck.
Don't worry, guys. They're peaceful bullets. They're not meant to harm. They're meant to pacify. Oh, dude, I can't.
So apparently there was an app.
I just can't, bro. I just can't do it, man. I can't do it. Just can't do it. All right, let's get to it. Y'all know what time it is. You know we got to talk about the attempted assassination of the United States president again. You know we got to talk about it. So if you don't know, some schizo decided to run past the security. Actually, before we fully cover this, let me use the bathroom so that way I can do this with a level head. Okay, let's get it. Let's get it.
Some of us who have covered Butler experienced another horrific
Speak up.
day 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You, as well as some of us who have covered Butler, experienced another horrific day 2 years ago.
Yeah.
What felt similar? You know, you had the First Lady with you today. What felt
I'd imagine Trump's just happy he got to keep his ear this time.
different? And you have another 2+ years in office. Are you concerned about something like this?
If he was concerned, he would have been concerned with the other 2 shooters that tried to get him that were in the crowds. He's not concerned about this at all.
Well, I can't be concerned. I can only get great people. They did the job.
They better hope they don't actually kill Donald Trump. The public outcry for his death would be immeasurable.
In my opinion, a much better job than Butler.
President Trump comparing the Secret Service's response from the assassination attempt in Butler, Pennsylvania.
Damn, bro. Holy, they're not messing around. Bro, they don't even have handguns. Bro had SWAT on standby.
Secret Service's response from the assassination attempt in Butler, Pennsylvania to last night at the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Our next guest was in the room near the president's table when the shots rang out and was working on the campaign on the day of the shooting in Butler. Former Deputy Press Secretary Harrison Fields joins us now. Harrison, thank you for joining us. So first off, describe for us what you saw last night.
Well, thank you so much for having me, and I just want to thank God for keeping us all safe last night. I was sitting at table 255, which is about back left, so I had direct line of sight to the stage. And
no, I'm fairly certain they captured him. I think he fell and ate shit whenever he, like, I think there should be some video of him trying to run past the guards. A lot of the guards pulled out their guns, and you can kind of see a little bit off screen where it looks like he fell and ate shit. This guy, by the way, that tried to do this was the teacher of the year at a school.
We were just finishing up our salads. The programming, as you all know, really didn't get started. And I just remember hearing a loud pop. I've witnessed a drive-by shooting before in D.C., and it almost reminded me of that exact sound. So I immediately turned and I said, "What was that?" And there was so much pandemonium, I just took my seat out. I was telling everyone around me, get down immediately, and I peeked up, and it didn't look like the president had known what was going on yet, because I had took my phone out real quick and I took a picture, and he was still on stage. But one thing I did notice was the men and women of the Secret Service coming as human shields immediately to protect our president, our first lady. And it was just utter shock and disbelief. And of course, we were all stunned, didn't know what was going on. Luckily, I had Wi-Fi. I was able to make a FaceTime audio call to my wife, who's 6.5 months pregnant, just to let her know I was okay. But it was a very, very terrible, terrible night. But we all joined together in unity.
Harrison, no one.
These people doing this, and I want y'all to realize the after waves that this is going to cause. There are a lot of very rich, powerful people in this room. This is probably not going to be the last that you're going to hear of this. The more this happens, the higher the likelihood that one of these gunmen is going to end up killing somebody that's going to get gun rights taken away. I want y'all to remember this moment, because it's only going to get worse from here. And that's the sad, shitty part about it. As long as these people keep doing this, the likelihood of there being a United States that is de-gunned is high. It won't solve anything, but it's going to allow the Democrats and the elected officials that don't want Americans to fight their mass immigration policies. It's going to make it easier for the immigrants to harm Americans. It's going to be just like Canada. Remember this moment.
Likes to second guess the Secret Service, especially because we're still gathering a lot of this information. But as someone who was in the room,
you say that. You will give them your guns. You know how I know that? COVID. You will give them your guns. You will.
A lot of the people around me saw what you saw, that the president was still on the stage, and a lot of people were making this comment. They said he was up there way too long. What was your impression?
Yeah, I would say I was shocked that he was still there. But from the back where all this was happening, it took about a minute and a half for it to kind of trickle down to the front. Many people didn't know what was going on. But my biggest concern, and I felt this way as soon as I walked into the hotel.
And if you don't believe me, look at what the Democrats are trying to pass in California. Look at what they're trying to pass in California, the Stop Nick Shirley Act. You think I'm crazy? It's already happening, guys. They're going after the freedom of speech, freedom of the press. It's already happening. You can call me a lot of names, but there's one thing you can't call me. Wrong. Oh, but it's in our Constitution. So is freedom of the press, freedom of speech.
There was no checkpoints to get into the hotel.
Right.
All the receptions, where Fox News reception was, where Wall Street Journal reception was, and CBS, a bunch of them, there was no security apparatus to get to those receptions. So in many ways, this guy could have been looking at us.
I hope you're right, man. I do. I hope you're right. I have firearms. I live in Texas. Trust me, I feel the same way you do. I do. But the real question is are you talking or are you ready to actually die for that cause?
Someone I know who doesn't believe
If they did it to Canada, they'll do it to us. They will.
%98 of Canadian gun owners told their government to go f themselves. The government's response? Cool. We're sending police to your house.
The declaration period for firearms owners is scheduled to end next week. So far, only 2.5% of the estimated 2 million affected firearms have been declared, and 98% of firearms owners haven't made a declaration.
Canada banned 2,500 types of firearms, gave gun owners until March 31st, essentially today, to declare them. 1 week before the deadline, 2.5% compliance. 2.5. That's not a slow rollout. That's a full-on rejection.
So if they're not declaring by next week, what's your plan, Minister?
The plan we have is, as of March the 31st, the time to complete the enrollment will be done, and then the RCMP and other agencies will be available throughout the spring and the summer to do the collection.
The collection?
Do the collection.
Like he's speaking about dry cleaning, not firearms, not property that belongs.
That's right. That's a fact.
Going in there, I was in receptions where cabinet secretaries were. There was a VIP reception right off the main ballroom where cabinet secretaries were, where the president could have been. And there was no security apparatus leading up to that point.
That's right.
So,
hit like on the stream, sub to the channel, check out the channel membership. We're here every day doing this.
I think
every day.
Have to be a buffer.
Every single day in the entire week, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time.
Of course, everyone can Monday morning quarterback, and we have to agree that the Secret Service and local law enforcement took immediate steps to keep us safe. But there was no real buffer, and that was one of the immediate feelings I felt as soon as I walked into the hotel.
It's a great point, Harrison. Let me ask you, just in the 30 seconds or so we've got left.
Man, at the rate Trump's going, he's going to have to get one of those, he's going to have to get like that John Wick uniform, that John Wick tuxedo that had like the nylon fibers or whatever that was. The Kevlar fiber.
About the president's resilience. Obviously, we all remember Butler and him putting his fist in the air, fight, fight, fight. But then last night, we were, as you were.
Oh, you're fine as long as you be respectful. Don't come in here calling me or people in my chat names, and you be respectful and you don't try to sit there and aggro every single conversation, and you'll be welcome here every day. Every day. Be reasonable.
Room for 30 minutes or more as we were learning.
That's the only thing I asked.
Trying to come back out there, and it really speaks to this resilience that the president seems to be, comforting, at least in last night's case, that room.
Exactly. When we heard he wanted to come back out, we all kind of chuckled and said, of course he does, because that's exactly who he is. I had the privilege of working for him in both his administrations and as a surrogate on the campaign, and that's the man that we all know. In a moment of chaos and uncertainty, he gave us transparency, he gave us clarity, and he gave us reassurance that we were not going to be cowards in this moment. I'm glad to hear that we're going to try to make this work again.
No. It's not freedom of speech in my chat. I guarantee you, if you worked at Walmart and you said the N word to an employee, you probably wouldn't have that job very long, I would assume, yeah? Let me tell you something. We may live in America, but on this channel, I run a dictatorship that is led sometimes by a little bit of democracy. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of voting here and there. But at the end of the day, even if you get voted to stay on the island, I've got the final say.
But we thank the president for his strength during a time when our nation and everyone in that immediate moment needed it. And we just continue to pray for his safety, the safety of his family, and the safety of the United States of America.
Well, we're glad that you are safe.
Amen to that. Amen to that. I want my country back.
And thank you for joining us so early this morning.
Thank you, Harrison.
Likewise. God bless you all.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to
There we go. Okay, what one did we just watch? We just watched... The one we just watched? Let's do this one.
Let's welcome Brian Kilmeade back into the conversation. Brian, I'm surprised that they would give this another go, just because I obviously, out of an abundance of caution, I would probably not allow the president to return if I were in his security detail. Again, understanding that...
Yeah, did the president go back to his dinner?
He is the boss. Your viewpoint...
Bro's so used to being shot at, it just doesn't even faze him anymore. It's another day as the president, right?
That they're going to try to continue to celebrate the First Amendment and resume the evening at the correspondents' dinner.
I mean, the thing is, he does not want an incident to stop what we're supposed to do. I mean, that whole thing about from terrorism when it first
So, why are you here if you've got somebody that'll do it better? Why don't you go watch them? Who's the commies exactly? Who's the commies? I'm curious. I'll give you a minute. I'll give you till like 9:45 to answer that question, and then I'm gonna leave it up to chat to decide your fate. So like, who's the commies? I certainly hope you don't mean Donald Trump. So I don't see Donald Trump trying to advocate for the removal of freedom of speech like they're trying to do in California. I certainly hope you don't mean that. No, nothing? Okay, so now we're going to put you up to a vote. Since you don't want to answer because you're a little cockroach, we're going to let chat decide your fate. Damn, even Fox Crusader and the other chats like ban. 93%. Ooh. He's on par to be the highest percentage yet. Uh-oh. Oh, damn, I didn't give him up. 46. 82%'s going pretty strong. My brother, I think you cooked. That's right. Have a beautiful time. Chat has decided. Chat has decided. Well, look at that. Isn't that a beautiful thing?
First on the scene, 9/11. Got to go back to your life. Don't let terrorism stop you. And if the Secret Service says we cleared the facility, we cleared the facility. I will just relay to you the information that I got. You know, we were. I was sitting next to Tulsi Gabbard. Literally, she was right to my right. Immediately after I smelled the gunpowder, I see the frantic running up the center aisle. Evidently, now we're learning that the shooting happened in the lobby, but they quickly went and grabbed the cabinet secretaries. The first one I saw that they grabbed almost abruptly was RFK. And meanwhile, when I looked up at the podium, I'm talking 5 seconds, the whole podium was empty. President, the vice president, other side of the dais, they were gone. And then I looked over it, and there's Mark Wayne Mullen. They get him out. Then they get Sean Duffy out. And I watch RFK get out. And, I mean, I don't know a cabinet secretary that wasn't at this event. They were all there. In fact, I was able to go with Rachel and Sean into the cabinet secretary's own get-together before. So I saw every single one of them, and I'm trying to think to myself who was missing. You know, I even saw the FCC director. So
I think this is a really good thing. I don't think anybody was hurt. I think this was a complete and total success by the the presidential security.
This is a target-rich environment for evil people. But the thing is, Kevin, I'll tell you, my ticket was taken.
I'm gonna say it now. I think this guy has been planning it for a while. He probably has a Discord or an Instagram or a Twitter where he said very, very high negative comments towards the president, advocating for death and violence through the internet. And how much do y'all want to make a bet that he was probably part of some Reddit or some Discord that advocated for this, and he was the one that did it?
And
I would bet a lot of money on it.
And all of a sudden, when I go back, the president arrived. So there's magnetometers everywhere. They literally were patting everybody down.
Damn.
Again. And they went through everything again. So
what they need to do is they need to debank this individual, and they need to comb through his payment records and figure out if he was paid by somebody to do this.
And got to the point,
and they got to follow that paper trail.
Had a gun is beyond me, and got through it. You know, it must be something that was planned way ahead of time. And we did hear when we got back into the Fox room. I get in there, and when Secret Service came in fully armed up with bulletproof.
There are a lot of people on the internet that are advocating for the assassination of public officials. And as far as I'm concerned, the FBI needs to be arresting you and putting you in jail for a year. It is not freedom of speech to advocate for violence or death of a political opponent or a person. That is not your freedom of speech. Threatening somebody is not your freedom of speech. That is not how freedom of speech works. You can tell a cop to go fuck themselves. You can tell a cop fuck you, but you cannot threaten a cop or his family. Those are wildly different, and the fact that a lot of people are trying to cherry pick out of the Constitution and call them the same thing is just as brain dead as the riots that were happening in Minneapolis. These people don't care about the Constitution. They want to use it as a way to mentally manipulate you into thinking that what is going on is the right thing, and it is not. It is not. The second that you advocate for any person to get harmed on any social media platform, that platform should be forced by law to turn over that conversation to the FBI so the FBI can immediately put out a warrant and arrest you and put you in jail for a year minimum.
Son, and they said, come with us. There's someone here hiding. Now, whether they were saying that to get us out, I'm not sure. So they grabbed us through the kitchen, and we went out through the kitchen, and on my right, I saw Kash Patel, and one of the main people they got out is, believe it or not, on my table is Erica Kirk, obviously traumatized, under the table. They grabbed her. Kash Patel was with her for a second, and then he was working.
So what have you got to add to this conversation? Do you have a counter argument for what I'm saying? Or are you just here to try and do some weird, vague posting? I'm very curious. You do realize that Charlie Kirk and Trump Charlie Kirk is dead. And Trump's been shot at to the point where a first responder has been killed. There's a family that now is fatherless. And, well, two now, including Charlie Kirk. There are two children that are now going to grow up without their dad. And they're going to grow up seeing their dad get shot in the neck. Advocating for violence is not part of your amendments. So do you have anything to add to this? I certainly hope that you're not just going to roach out now that you've been pulled up. It's not like I don't deal with that on a daily basis. What are we going to do with this guy? The sarcasm is definitely here. I can smell it in the air. I can smell the cowardice. What are we going to do with this guy? I mean, if you're going to sit there and talk mess in the comments, the least you could do is stand by it. I mean, that's the least you could do is just stand by it. I mean, hell, you already got yourself in the spot. Just die on the hill, bro. That's all you got to do. Like, that's all you got to do. That right there is a person that claims that they would die to keep their firearms and then rat their entire family out. You got to be careful with these kind of people, man. Got to be careful with them. It looks like you cooked, bro. So I guess this is goodbye. Huh? If you're new here, sub to the channel, hit like on the stream, helps out with them views. Check out that channel membership. We're here every day at 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time. Yo, morning, Rachel. People want to act enlightened, but revert to tribalism constantly. Well, that's because they didn't logic themselves into the position they were in. They just were baby birded information and then were trying to baby bird it to somebody else because they're not actually trying to get the information themselves. They're just listening to whatever everyone else is saying. And
see, so literally, you couldn't.
They didn't come to their conclusion. Logically, they came to their conclusion because other people gave them that conclusion.
More officials in one place. I don't think you have more, besides the team picture, I don't know of another place to get all the officials.
Southern poverty
My mom's dead. My mom died whenever I was 19. There are no basements in Houston. Do you have anything to add to this conversation, or are you just here to shit talk? Are you still living at home at your mom's? Are you even in America? He has the great brainless nobody telling us how to live again. Generally, we are disappointed that get to your supreme leader. Do you have anything to add to this conversation? Or is all you have is insults? I don't have to call you names. I can just poke holes in your arguments. Do you have anything to add? No, nothing. Just another roach that's gonna roach out the second that they get pulled up. I don't know how you haven't been pulled up yet. You've been here for a minute, man. You've been coming in and out for a minute. And per the usual, we've got another person that just doesn't respond when they're pulled up. How is it that I'm the one that keeps getting called the coward, and yet every time I pull one of these people up to have a reasonable conversation, it's always the same thing. They call me names and say awful things to me. So tragic. So tragic, really. It really is tragic, you know? Like, the least you can do is have an actual, like, argument, maybe even a disagreement. I mean, that's the least you could do, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, W6 Jules by Black Kite. I think we'll do the timer for 30 seconds. A minute is just way too long. I don't have the patience for that. Oh my god. 0-0. I'll give it for 30 seconds. 30 seconds is more than enough, in my opinion. And if anybody has a problem with it, then that's just too bad. Sucks to be you. Okay, there we go. Oh, where'd he go? There he is. From channel. Where I saw another one. Hold on, where'd it go? Coward, die. So is that all you have? Is just sitting here and doing this nonsense? So anyone and speak for them? I'm not speaking for them. I'm calling them idiots because every time I pull somebody up, they do the exact same thing that you're about to do. They put their foot in their mouth because they're stupid. Do you have anything to add? I'll ask you like I've asked everybody else. Do you have anything to add? Please have something to add. Please. This world is my home, so if you don't like it, leave. What the fuck? I speak my mind and get banished to the void. You'll just silence anyone. Do you know how schizo this sounds? This world is my home, so if you don't like it, leave? What am I supposed to do? Turn into Elon Musk, build a rocket, and fly to the fucking moon? Bro, you might as well have just said the earth was flat. At least I can do something with that. This is so vague and mentally brain dead, I don't even know what to do with this. How many pills you take daily? If you say anything less than 5, you lying. You know you are. The earth is flat, space is a lie. I think he's just a rage baiter. I'm not even gonna waste my time with you. You don't get to be voted on. Bro just got removed from the gene pool.
The Law Center accused of defrauding donors by paying members of the extremist groups it purports to fight. Now, more than a dozen prominent donors are pushing back against the indictment, but that might not change the legal calculus here. Our chief legal correspondent Shannon Bream broke it down earlier.
The Southern Poverty Law Center says, hey, our donors want us to be fighting these injustices and this racism in these groups. And so that's what this money was actually being used to do. They say it was justified.
Damn, that is a lot. 12 and a half. Dude, I couldn't.
Part of this is
Bro,
their
you might as well just go on and put a bullet in me, man. Ain't no way.
Records and accounts that were opened, and the allegations are that the SPLC lied to the banks or falsified information in setting up those accounts to make payments to those folks inside these organizations.
Let's bring in Jonathan Fahey, former federal prosecutor and former acting ICE director. So the SPLC in a bit of legal hot water, it would appear, Jonathan.
Yeah, I think they have some problems.
What the hell is this? This is not what I clicked on.
Let's welcome Brian Kilmeade.
That's not what I thought it was. Next. There we go.
The senior White House.
There he is, boys. Another dumbass.
Bonnet and rotating host of the Sunday Briefing, Jackie Heinrich, who was on the dais tonight when everything was unfolding. Jackie, very interesting and riveting news conference that we were just watching there, including our former colleague, Judge Jeanine Pirro, who's now the U.S. Attorney for the district.
The earth is
what else can you share tonight? You were literally right there. I understand you're going to be the president of the association, the Correspondents Association.
I did. Bro was moving through that checkpoint like a bolt of lightning. He was so fast, it looked like a blur on screen. Like, this guy didn't go in guns blazing. He tried to run past security. And there were like 7 in that one hallway, bro. There were 7 just sitting there, one behind the desk. The guy bolted past, and the first security dude, the last security dude that was behind the double thing, immediately started reaching for his firearm. It was insane how quickly they got this guy.
Soon.
That's right. I was next to the vice president when all this happened. We were seated on stage, and from where we were sitting looking out at the crowd, we just saw Secret Service agents rushing toward us. When the agents came out from behind us onto the stage and it became clear that this was a security situation,
What a fucking weirdo.
we got down onto the ground. I was down on the ground right behind the little curtain on top of our tables, hiding for a little.
They most likely took his shirt and shit off so that way they can check for any firearms and
while
stuff.
Until Secret Service
They probably also tried to make sure he wasn't shot. There's also that.
Behind the stage into the hold, which was just adjacent to where the vice president and the president were being held. And we were receiving updates from Secret Service on what was happening. It was unclear at that point if there was a threat still in the room. The scariest part for me was when I was still lying on the stage and there were agents, armed agents with their guns drawn, scanning the crowd, talking to each other and saying, are you tracking?
Vote chats on if somebody's going to get banned. That's what that is. Depends on if they are actually coherent enough to be put on trial. You see, I do what the government won't do whenever it comes to somebody that's too crazy to put on trial. See, if you go on trial in my chat and you claim that you're too incompetent by saying dumb shit, then I still banish you just to the insane asylum where you belong, where lobotomites and pills are your only diet. Lobotomies and pills are your only diet. And if you don't, and you actually keep just saying stupid stuff that makes me feel like you really just don't have anything other than trying to insult me, then I let chat decide your fate. And, well, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get banned.
That, are you seeing anything? And they were saying no. And at that point, we didn't know if there was a threat still out there. And it was, you know, you're wondering, do I move? Do I crawl behind the stage right now while they don't see anything?
Yeah, like,
when it became...
they don't know what this guy could have had on him. If he was going to run past security like that and try to get to the president of the United States, they got to make sure this guy is, like, you know, disarmed.
Clear that they were still, you know, moving around and starting to release our area a little bit, that we could crawl behind the stage. I went back there and got...
Bro never had a fat chance in hell to get to the president, bro. He never had a chance.
A better word from the detail. And they said that a gunman had tried to come in from outside the secure perimeter, that they were scanning the room for any, you know, other threats. They didn't think that there were any, and that the president, this is what really stood out to me, the president, from the very minute this happened, said that he wanted the show to go on. And so we stayed back there for some time while Secret Service did its job to clear the area and figure out, you know, the extent of this. And some time passed.
Yeah, you don't want to advocate for the death of political opponents, because what do you think's going to happen if there's a Democrat that none of the Republicans like? Advocating for the death of political opponents is never a good thing to have in any country.
Almost an hour, and there were hotel staff being told, get the plates ready.
I don't know why they keep trying to kill Trump. J.D. Vance is even more progressive and aggressive than Trump is. If J.D. Vance becomes the president of the United States, if they thought Trump was bad, J.D. is even more aggressive. He's even more religious, too.
Head table sorted, fixed the
I don't
curtain that
understand
got messed up on
the
front of
mentality
table,
behind this.
Until the decision was made by law enforcement that they should follow protocol and do this another time. But listening to what was happening on the other side of all of that and seeing the person who was responsible for it is really something.
Was bringing you in military industry. I'm not mad at you, but what about that is a bad take? What do you think? I'm interested in your opinion. What do you think? What the fuck? That was weird. Obama bombed more people, just say that. What the fuck? What? Who the hell's talking about Obama? What are you talking about? We're not talking about Obama. How do you say that what I'm saying is a bad take and then talk about Obama? What? J.D. Vance has the exact same policies that Trump has. Why do you think he's the vice president? J.D. Vance is going to try to put religion back in schools, which for a lot of people, they agree with that. I mean, I'm not a very religious person, but like, what do you think religion back in school is going to do for the woke agenda? So he's worse? I think he's a good thing. I don't dislike Couchfucker, man. I like Couchfucker. J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio, I would definitely vote for if they were running for president. I just think that it's really stupid that everybody is that is advocating for the death of politician is trying to get Trump. It's almost like it's the same thing with the Epstein files. Oh, but Trump's in the Epstein files. Okay, then let Trump step out of power and let J.D. Vance take over. But nobody talks about that. Who do you think is next in line? It's J.D. Vance. What? I don't understand that mentality. But how is it a bad take? You know what? It's you're not causing problems, so I'm just gonna leave it alone.
It is not how we expected this night to go. It speaks to just the risks that, we face today, bringing crowds together, the sort of heightened political tension. And
I'm not saying that it's a bad thing for the Republicans. I'm saying that, let me just say it in plain English. If the Democrats don't like the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, and they're trying to get rid of him, I'm not saying that's what's happening. I'm saying I have to be careful what I say. That's why I'm trying to word it the way that I'm wording it. We all know what I think about this. Then getting rid of Donald Trump isn't going to make things go back to normal. J.D. Vance is more progressive and more aggressive than Trump is. And that isn't a bad thing. That isn't a bad thing at all. I don't think it's a bad thing. I want Christianity to be pushed more into a Western culture because I like living under, I'm not a religious person, but I like living under a culture where Christianity is the religion. I grew up with it. I know what it's like. It's not foreign to me. I know it more than anything. And I'm not against it. I'm for it as long as it's not being shoved down my throat like other religions.
Sad that this night could not carry on, but I thought the president's remarks were fitting, that, everyone in that moment was together, and that it speaks to the importance of the First Amendment and, the rights that we have as a country.
Yeah, Jackie, it's Alicia. And also the president even said tonight, he said he was going to really let it rip. And then he realized if he would have gone back on stage that he probably wouldn't have been appropriate, because he also was grateful for the journalists there, and everyone in the room seemed to be grateful for each other. And we are so glad to see that you are safe. Hearing your story really is just harrowing. I can't even imagine being there. One of the reporters in the news conference we heard with law enforcement did ask, did the Secret Service fail? And I believe it was a police chief pointed out, well, this was
Do they not do the Pledge of Allegiance anymore? There's no way they got rid of the Pledge of Allegiance, right? There's no freaking way.
Multi-layered security situation here, and that's exactly what we saw in action. But just like, as you know, with Butler, Pennsylvania, the actions of the Secret Service will be kind of peeled apart. They will be looked at layer by layer. What happened? How did this person get into the hotel, manage to get the weapons in the hotel, and stay in the hotel as well? And the president was very complimentary, especially, and he talked to the agent in particular who took the bullet into that bulletproof vest. What are your thoughts on that as this investigation is just getting underway?
Well, in the moment, the mayhem in the crowd was really...
No, they didn't take it away, but in some states, you're not required to recite it whenever it's being played. But there are laws requiring it in every state, in 47 states.
From Secret Service trying to scan for any additional threats, and it was unclear to us while that was going on if there was a threat in the room. That was what was scary for us, but we learned very quickly that this happened outside the secure perimeter, and
Where's that other guy at? Trump brings it upon himself, release the Epstein files. How does Trump bring it upon himself? I suppose you'd say the same thing about Charlie Kirk, right? I don't even think this person is still here. They probably just got in chat and then dipped, right? I would assume. There's no way this person is still here. There's no way this person is still here. No, this guy's not still here. We're not even going to waste our time with this individual. We're just going to move on. We're just going to move on.
That there was never a threat in the room. We did hear some noise from.
I should have reported that damn comment. God damn it.
Vantage point. It sounded like plates clanging. It didn't. It wasn't clear what it was had happened outside the secure perimeter. When the president talks about, whether this was a failure of Secret Service or not, I think it's true. They did do their job. They stopped the threat. It never got inside. Had that threat gotten inside the ballroom, we can only imagine what that might have looked like and felt like. There were 3,000 people in that room, and no one was hurt.
Hold on. Before y'all start doing the whole religion thing in chat, if they're not pushing the religion down your throat, I expect the versa of that. Okay, don't be like, oh, well, God's not. If they want to believe that and it keeps them peaceful, believe in whatever you have to. I don't care. That is y'all's decision, and that goes for any chatter too. I don't like it being forced down my throat. Don't force your perspective on someone else's throat, okay?
Which is really a miracle. I think that he's right, though.
I get it's frustrating, but at the same time, you're not going to solve it you're not going to change someone's entire outlook on life by getting into comments and attacking them. It's not going to change.
To mention that, it's when you talk about having a space that's not secure, it's a hotel after all. And at what point do guests start getting, scanned when they come in? The fact that there can be guests there in the hotel that night that are not attending the event might be something that in future years we have to.
Oh, okay, hold on. You're talking to somebody.
To think about. This is not something that we have had to face in the past, and it's something that we're going to have to reconcile in the future, and especially next year when I put on this event as the president of the association, taking over from Ouija in July. I'm sure we're, as an association, going to have a big conversation about that, and my heart goes out to her as well. We were set to speak tonight. She was going to speak. I was going to speak. The president obviously was going to speak. The mentalist was going to speak. There was a lot of planning that went into this, and I thought that she handled that moment with a lot of grace. And the president held it together for all of us too, because he did say from the outset, we're going to keep going. We're going to make sure that this show goes on. And we were shocked to hear that. We were like, really? Are you sure? How are we going to eat dinner now? Right?
I bet, yeah.
But that was his first reaction, and that speaks to his experience as someone who has faced these threats multiple times now, that's his attitude. It's really something. It's a moment in history. Afterward, I was taken with my fiance, who's a member of Congress, in a bus that was dedicated to members of Congress, driven by Capitol Police to the Capitol. I walked through.
Is Cody still here? What's he saying? Photos and videos of one where it was taken. Man, Candace Owens sure is pretty, but goddamn is that lady crazy. That lady is cray fucking Z, bro.
And then hailed an Uber out there and then came to the Bureau to talk to you all. But it was, for a while, difficult figuring out where people would go because there were 3,000 people in there and we were told for quite a while that the show was going to go on. And during that moment of conflicting reports as to whether someone had been shot, whether the room was being evacuated, whether there was an active threat.
Like, I don't even care if you like LGBTQ plus and you watch the streams and stuff. I don't care. Just because, like, I don't have a problem with any of those people at all. I mean, I definitely don't think I'd ever date, like, a trans person, because that's just my personal preference. But, like, I don't have a problem with anybody. Like, as long as you do that stuff and you, like, do it on your own terms and you do your own thing, I don't care. Man, do your own thing. You could be into some crazy shit. I probably won't care as long as you stay away from the fucking kids. You stay away from them kids. I told my friend that because he got a job at a school district recently. I told him, I was like, I know you probably ain't like this. I said, but let me tell you something. You ever put your hands on a kid and I find out about it, it ain't the police you got to worry about it. I told him, I was like, you understand me? And I told him, I was like, your stepdad will probably say the same thing to you. And I know he's not like that. But at the same time, I haven't really lived with him, so I don't know him like that. So I'm like, you keep your hands to yourself.
That was what was the scariest.
You know what came out of his mouth?
Luckily,
yes, sir. That's what he said. And he's older than me.
It was all contained on the outside, and thank God for that.
Jackie, I can't imagine everything that you saw and how that must have struck you emotionally. I'm also curious about some of the others that you saw there. Immediately what comes to mind, not just the broad group of all of you, but in particular Caroline Leavitt, who is 8.5, 9 months pregnant, Erica Kirk, and even the First Lady, Melania Trump, who has seen her husband now go through these attempts on his life. Can you add a little color about their circumstances?
So the hold that the principals were in was directly adjacent to ours. It was, when I say ours, I mean the other members of the White House Correspondents Association board.
Because you don't really know anybody. You don't know somebody unless you've lived with them. I was just telling him what was going to happen to him if I found out he did anything.
Whole 8 of us were on stage with the president, the vice president, the first lady, and
man, you could be married to somebody with kids for 50 years and find out they have another entire family.
And the administration officials were taken to an adjacent hold that was next to ours, and
no one got hurt other than maybe the guy that tried to assassinate the president.
Information passed back and forth from the president's Secret Service detail, because it was literally just a curtain between us for a little while until he went into a different room.
Trust but verify.
And Weija, the president of the WHCA, went down to speak with the president and figure out what was going on and whether he did, in fact, really want to continue the night. She came back and told us. And so we were waiting right next to the opening of the stage with the hotel staff who were waiting on orders to bring the food out. They had staffers going out there sort of fixing the tables for a little while, and we were all asking ourselves, well, we need to make an announcement. We need to say something about what's gone on.
So one person did get shot? That's insane.
Even if it is,
W Secret Service agent.
So we huddled there to sort of piece together from what we were told by Secret Service. We are a room of journalists, after all, what we could share with our colleagues and in the room, and then also with the world. I was trying to get emails out. I got a few out. I think there was a Wi-Fi problem. I was texting, our executives that were in the room. The first person I texted was my fiance and my mom to let them know that I was all right, because anyone, watching from home, I'm sure had a lot of questions. And when I got blips of service, I tried to get that word out. But didn't expect to be crawling in an evening gown tonight. That's for sure.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Jackie, can we talk a little bit about
let a gunman get access. Bro threw that door open and tried to run past security and tripped and fell on his own feet. Have you not seen the footage? Bro, like, he was running so fast, all you saw was a blur. That man was flying through there.
The hotel, because it's a massive hotel. I was there years ago, but it's a long walk up and everything, but it sounds like the suspect was staying inside the hotel, chilling to think about. But when you have an event like this and you have guests that are staying there, and you probably don't know this off the top of your head, but one of the questions is, do they search the rooms ahead of time? Do they search them prior? Is this door to door? How much interruption happens with the guests who are there? There's that question, and then
obviously not very probable. He didn't get past. He got a little past the front desk. Obviously not very probable at all. He never even made it into the main area.
Additionally, the president says this is going to happen again in the next 30 days, and I'm just wondering, from a security standpoint, how that happens.
Well, security got to be tired of walking that tangerine around everywhere. They're tired of him.
I would imagine that if it happens in the same location within the next 30 days, there are going to be probably some changes necessary to how it's planned. I'm not sure that as a planner on that board, I don't know how we could get that together in 30 days. The president wants to. I know Ouija wants to. I'm sure everything possible will happen to make that happen. But we've run into this issue before. It was a couple years ago when Joe Biden was...
That's the Brotherhood of Steel symbol. Yes, it is. Ad Victorum,
boys. There was a Gaza protester that was staying at the hotel and tried to come in and make a scene, and that was an issue then for the same reason. That protester was.
They're always gonna say it's staged. They did the same thing to Charlie Kirk. They did the same thing to the other Trump attempted assassinations. It's all gonna be the same thing. Just ignore them. They'll go away eventually.
There and had been
They're
there
not
for
even
days.
worth pulling up because it's going to be the same argument 30 times. What information do you have that says it's staged? It's just so
Secret Service
it's
and,
so
and
annoying.
local law enforcement, they shut down the roads in the hours ahead of time. It's in a major sort of traffic artery right there on Connecticut Avenue, so you can't.
Did that dude just walk over that table? God damn, how tall is that guy? Bro's a freaking monster.
Ahead of time, it's in
Holy
local
shit.
law enforcement. They shut down.
Look at this dude right here.
The roads in the hours ahead of time. It's in a major.
God damn, that's a dining table.
Traffic artery right there on Connecticut Avenue, so you can't really.
How big are these guys?
It's in a major sort of traffic artery right there on Connecticut Avenue, so you can't really shut down traffic too early before something like this. But the fact that you've got guests in rooms coming in and staying there.
I guess the security learned its lesson from that one time that little woman that was part of the security detail when Trump was running again, tried to stand in front of Donald. Now they got all these giants trying to protect him.
That is something I want to hear more from law enforcement about. How do you secure against those possible threats? Do you have to screen everyone that comes through? Do you have to shut down, the guests who are coming in and make it more selective? I don't even know how you would do that.
Is Trump tall? How tall is Trump? I didn't know Trump was tall. I'm learning things. Hold on. How tall is Trump? He's 6'3". Bro, how the hell is that? Bro. Man. Fuck nature.
But
it
maybe
feels
something we need to look at.
Incredibly difficult,
Bullshit.
right? Considering this is constantly, yearly hosted in this hotel.
And it has been for many, many years. I mean, we've been doing this dinner since Calvin Coolidge. And so it is a new problem that we'll have to figure out how to wrestle with that. But certainly just a miracle that everything went as it was supposed to, that Secret Service, sprung into action, that no one was hurt, that everyone is with us.
Yeah, I guess that is true. His hands just never grew into his height, huh? Man, I wonder what else. Never mind. Let me stop.
The First Lady, everybody in that room, every soul in that room, that nobody was injured is really incredible.
And it was notice how tiny Trump's nose is? No, hold on.
Scary, but the fact that we're here talking about it really speaks to the dedication of our law enforcement officers, the process that they have, how they spring into action. Muscle memory kicks in, and how lucky we are.
You think that there was ever a point in time in Trump's life where he could do a handstand? Let me seriously stop. Let me seriously stop.
To have that.
Let me stop. Let me stop.
Yeah, lucky indeed. And it certainly undergirds the president's argument that, listen, it is high time, long beyond time, that we have a secure.
No, you're not. It's do as I say, don't not do as I do. It's a dictatorship on this channel. I don't know if you know that. But I'll state it in plain English. I don't care. I certainly hope we have an understanding with that. Okay. You see?
Ballroom, you heard him mention it in the news conference afterwards, Jackie, that, listen, this would take some of this potential problem out of the equation.
He did say that, but he also said, he was asked, after Butler, there was a period of time.
Again, most transparent streamer on the platform. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I don't have time for that. If you're new here, sub to the channel, hit like on the stream, helps out with the views. Check out the channel membership. We're here every day, 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. Why do I keep saying that? 8 a.m. to 7:30. What the hell is with 7? 8 a.m. to 11:30 Central Time every single day, all 7 days of the week.
Where outdoor events were discouraged, are you going to have to avoid indoor events now too? And he said, well, no, if I avoided indoor events, I wouldn't be able to do anything. So I think it's just a matter of figuring out how to make something as secure as it can be. When you're in a room.
I am for whatever is going to fix America. I am not for a singular candidate. I think that J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio would be doing the same thing. Obama did pretty much the same thing that Trump is doing, although Obamacare was a pile of useless horse shit. I am for whatever candidate is going to quickly resolve the Iran war. And, well, in a way that I want. And is going to shut down the borders and mass deport as many people as possible, as aggressively as possible. We shouldn't be using ICE to do mass deportations. We should lock down the country and use the United States military and the National Guard and go door to door and get every single illegal and criminal, round them up, send the criminals over to St. James Island and send all the illegals. We should debank them, take all their assets, and airdrop them into their own country. That's what we need to do with them.
Room of 3,000 people, and there are multiple layers of security to get into that room. There are checks to make sure that you've got tickets, before you.
I am 31 years old.
You can even come down an escalator. The pieces that were in place were effective, but when you have somebody like in the video that they released, charging a checkpoint, and thankfully they were stopped right there.
Shit, I talked about it yesterday. Last month I made $230 off of YouTube, and this month I made $450. And I'm already slated to make even more than that next month. I don't get any kind of money. You know who pays the bills around here? The chat does. And any person that wants to sponsor the channel, they're going to have to come to terms with the fact that I'm going to be transparent with how much I'm being paid to do it. If not, then it's no deal. That's all there is to it. Because at the end of the day, when the sponsors start fucking you in the ass and they start jumping ship left and right, you know who's going to stay? The loyal followers. You lose your place when you forget who puts you in your place.
Had they gotten in, it could have been a massacre.
Jackie, the president, as you just said, you can't, after Butler, he couldn't move everything inside. There's a limit to what he is willing to limit. But the First Lady was also in the room. This this president is also a man with a family that loves and cares for him. And now they have gone through something so significant that feels like a repeat for the third time.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what was going through.
That's the reason why I ain't got anything to hide. I will turn on Trump in a heartbeat if come to find out he did some nasty shit in the Epstein files. I'm just waiting for it. I don't even think Trump should be in power right now because the Epstein files, not corrupt. There's another word for it. Not disenfranchise. Man, I drew a straight blank. I drew a straight blank card. Oh, W2 Jules. What is it called? Not corrupt. It's not corrupt. I keep saying want to say corrupt, but it's not. It's like if you get compromised. Trump is compromised by the Epstein files. Trump should step down until the Epstein files are fully released and unredacted, and let J.D. Vance run the administration. Because, and let me tell you why, if Trump is in those files and it talks very badly about him, I don't know, there's a lot of redacted files still. If Trump leaves office and those files become unredacted, every Democrat and every person that did not like what Trump was doing is going to be like, well, Trump thought this about immigration and he's in the files. Well, Trump did that and he was in the files. You're giving these people gas. Don't give these people gas. Take away all their power. Don't give them a damn thing. You know why? Because they would do the same to you.
Through the First Lady's mind. You know, she's a famously pretty private person, and we were grateful to have her there with him tonight. I can't speak for her, obviously, but the fact that the president thanked her and mentioned that she had been, you know, she was great and she went through a lot, I think he was thinking of her as well. Thinking of Caroline Leavitt, too, who's about to have her second child, and, you know, her husband worrying for her in that moment. Everybody in that room.
Well, the only person that is going to step in is J.D. Vance. He's the vice president. It's the chain of command. If Trump steps out of office, J.D. Vance takes his place. I don't get to decide who takes his place. J.D. Vance will take his place. That's the way our government works. That's chain of command. And then whoever's below J.D. Vance will take over after that. I'm not saying it needs to be permanent. I'm saying that Trump just needs to step out until the Epstein files are completely unredacted the way they should be by law and released. And if nothing comes back that's condemning to Trump, then he can take his seat back. It's not unheard of. It can be done. Like, it's not an all or nothing situation. Jesus Christ. The most advanced civilization in the world. The least we can use a little bit of common sense on this.
Someone that loved them, that was worried about them. But being up on that stage and watching Secret Service rush toward you with their guns drawn, start to come over tables, and then having more agents come from behind you onto the stage, telling you to get down, whisking the vice president. I mean, I was right next to him, and they pulled him out of there while I went down. I do have to give credit to...
The reason why, look, I get that there are some people that think that Trump can do no wrong. You forget that he is a human being. That, as far as I'm concerned, they need to get every single member of the House and every single person in politics and put them in the White House down at the Senate floor. Everyone needs to be in their seat. And the guy that passed the law for Epstein's file on redaction needs to be at the front and center podium. And every single time a name is called out that is condemning because they did something in the files, they need to, oh brothers, where art thou? Like, if you haven't seen the movie, go watch the movie, Oh Brothers, Where Art Thou?